It says the Trust for Public Land was first asked to help with the acquisition of the tract in late 2005 by the Apalachicola Riverkeeper, Dan Tonsmeyer. The Apalachicola Riverkeeper is a local nonprofit organization interested in maintaining public access and commercial fishing activities along the Panhandle water bodies. You are so lucky to have Dan Tonsmeyer in this community, because without Dan, this property would not be in public ownership and not be a park open to the people.
It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek.
Okay, this hole right here is directly across. If you look up, you can plainly see right there is your plant. This is directly across the road. I'm going down into a ditch that's been made. If you look, you can plainly see the hole. And if you look up in under there, there's a 4-inch pipe, or better. I'm going to try and dig it out a little so you can see it good. Okay, I think we'll get a good picture right there. You see, right here is your pipe casing, clearly visible, running in under the road. Again, this is about a probably about a 6-inch pipe coming in under the road. It's running from here down this way, straight again in.
Can you imagine them sending water like that into that bay?
Incredible.
My God, they'll lock them all up. They're poisoning everybody.
Oversee it? So who oversees the East Point Water Treatment Plant?
Governor. Trust for Public Land was first asked to help with the acquisition of the tract in late 2005.
It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek. A couple of the benefits that you will realize out of that, is that you've protected the water quality. When I first started on this project, the reason is that right out here at the mouth of this creek was the worst water quality after a heavy rain anywhere in Franklin County. And that may be hard to believe. You know, this is an aquatic preserve. It's right here off of our oyster bars that are, where many of us make our living. And it just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek. So that is what really was the first impetus for this idea. And part of the pollution was actually just coming off of this piece of property. Not all of it, but this was a good cause of that. And it just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek. It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek.
Well, this ain't right.
No, somebody, I think, they might have taken advantage, like dumped this after you went onto that property. I'm videotaping it. I've never seen that before. And folks, just beyond that is where they dump all the sewage and chemicals and everything else that comes through this tiny creek out here and fills this area here.
See, that man's out of business right there. He's totally out of...
It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek. So that this whole park here, this whole block here can be part of the park. And that's the kind of cooperation. There are more lots and properties up the creek that we can buy, but this would become such a beautiful park all the way along the creek. So I share that with you so that can become y'all's vision, and hopefully someday we'll be able to ride our bikes and walk our dogs and do this all the way up Indian Creek. So very cool project, and something that we can continue to work on from now on. So again, this is the beginning. Let's just keep working to protect our bay and keep that vision. It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek.
We want to make a presentation to Dan on behalf of the Franklin County Board of Commissioners, and Commissioner Parrish is also with us this morning. We want to recognize Dan Tonsmeyer, the Apalachicola Bay and River Keepers, for his dedicated work and countless hours during the planning and construction phase of Indian Creek Park that began November 1st, 2006 and was completed on April 1st, 2011. As Dan said, though, this is the beginning, and as you can tell, Dan has a love and a passion for what he does. And I hope that there's one thing that we can take away from this today is what Dan has in his heart for Franklin County and for the restoration of this area. Yourselves and as a great model we have through Dan Tonsmeyer. And thank you, Dan, so much for all your work.
It just didn't seem possible to me that we could possibly be polluting right out of this creek.